What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome. As always, welcome to a breakdown of Tekken 4 King. A character who was so much fun to play due to the stages in this game, with the obstacles and the very cramped spaces you'd always fight in. I just love that. Yeah, sorry, that's why I played King in this game. Let's see. Can I hit a home run? Sorry, I'm too evil. And then obviously 80 damage guaranteed, you know, as long as they don't break the initial grab. But so obstacles, King favorite King, throw everyone into them. The underground stage, you know, the Fight Club stage, super small, giant swing, basically always, you know, into the wall. Yeah, the sky's the limit with the stages in this game, you know, rolling death cradle, downstairs, you know, there was so much cool stuff you wanted to do with King in this game. But he was terrible. King has always been kind of shit. In Tekken 5 DR, so years after this game, he starts to shine a little bit, but it's actually in Tekken 7 he turns into, you know, a proper, you know, high-tier character. As you know him today, by the way, just keeps getting better with every season of Tekken 7. But it is interesting to note that you do know how in Tekken 7 King was released, and Armor King was never guaranteed to be in the game. Remember, only Season 1 was a guarantee. Armor King came with Season 2 due to the success of the game. And you do remember that when Tekken 7 was released and you only had King, he had stolen a lot of Armor King's moves. And this was because, you know, Armor King was a thing of the past. He was not going to be released. And the same thing happened with King in Tekken 4. Because remember, in Tag 1, Armor King is there, he has a lot of new moves. And then for Tekken 4, they shrink the roster, Armor King is gone. And King actually has Armor King's CD4, 3+4, many of Armor King's moves, interestingly. So this has happened before. They keep removing Armor King. Let's stick with King, he's our main, you know. And they add Armor King's moves to King, and it's happened twice. But as popular as Armor King is now, being introduced in Season 2 of Tekken 7, I wonder if he's going to be a mainstay. Because from what I see on the character usage data, he's one of the absolute most played characters. But so let's focus on King. So interestingly, in Tekken 4, he got a lot of Armor King's moves. This included the CD4, which was safe knockdown mid, which was very nice. You have the Burning Knuckle. Setups can be done with that, still can be done with that. And again, he had the 3+4, but really cool is that he got a variation of Armor King's back 2+4. I don't remember what it's called. Straight arrow. What isn't it called? Straight arrow? Here it's called straight arrow. Thank God. So I can actually hold it, I can just press back 2, or I can hold back 2, and the attack changes a bit. But if you hit back 2 into down to 4, he will actually follow up with let's just say King has hitbox issues. You will see more of this, and you will understand what I mean as the video progresses. Oh, for God's sake, this is actually guaranteed. There we go. Boom! 75 damage. And looks, it's so epic in look. Eesh! They can break that throw, but yeah, most people just wouldn't, because throw breaks in Tekken 4 are almost impossible. So difficult. But if I hold back 2, I get a huge stun. What? Yeah, hitboxes, by the way. Eesh, okay, so that's exactly what I just did. You know what? Let's put on counter it so we get the knockdown. There we go. And that's what you get with Armor King and Tekken 7 today. And I can go for a guaranteed ground throw attempt. Or I can do the People's Elbow, basically, and into Oki. Don't remember if this guaranteed on Ali kick. I believe it might have. But that's some pretty cool stuff. He also got... and the problem with King in this game was that you have a lot of cool tools with King today, but the old King didn't really have cool tools. In Tekken 4 he did get the Shining Wizard, 30 damage Oki. He has his trademark throw game in the 2 break in Tombstone, 1 break in Giant Swing, and then you have a Muscle Buster for the 1+2 break. And in this game he also got the Rock Bottom for a full crouch 1+2 throw, which was really nice. It's very cool looking, gives nice Oki, you recover right next to them. So you have a very strong throw game, but the poking is sluggish as ever. The down for 2 does not have a follow-up in this game, you can only do that. Down for 1-2 is alright, down 1-2, you have 2-1. But again, there are no amazing tools like, you know, his back 1, which you take for granted today, amazing counter hit. Here he has the water parting shot, it's just nowhere near as good. And you don't have a down 3 low, you have these more generic lows, like so. But really cool is that he has a throw in this game that didn't carry over to any other Tekken game. It's exclusive for Tekken 4, it's the Mega Bomb. It's really cool looking and gives great Oki, leaves them in the worst possible position right next to you. And it resembles Armor King's, you know, suplex screwdriver, but it has its own animation, as you can see. And it's very, you know, well animated. That's a, you know, classic pro wrestling throw. And here, you know, great Oki, so I'm sad to see that throw go. But you know, in Tekken 7, one of his best moves is his forward 1. And this is where he got the first variation of it. It looks like this, so almost identical to how it looks today. Although the version you see today has much more range, obviously. This one doesn't have as much range. I'm gonna turn off counter hit, because this knocks down on a normal hit, which is pretty damn good, right? But it doesn't have that big stagger on block. It doesn't stagger them at all, so that's a problem. But as you can see, we get a knockdown and we can go for Oki. And this is where all the King players were like, holy shit, finally a nice knockdown long range mid that's not forward 4, you know. This was faster, better range, well, yeah, range issues, unfortunately. But it has more range than most of his options. So people were very happy to see that. So they were like, oh, feeling so pumped, you know, going into versus mode and spamming throws. So people start ducking and then like, oh, now it's my time to shine. Oh. Okay, it's actually connected. It's connecting. It's actually working. The thing, this move is just notorious for hitbox problems, so I just expected it to whiff immediately, but it's actually connecting a few times. But you see how it misses sometimes? I mean, yeah, this move is just notorious for hitbox problems. Well, wait, I gotta test this one more time. Let's see. Boom, boom. Let's go to the beach. Yeah, that was one of the bane moves of poor King players' existence. Let's see, crouch guard. So yeah, I mean, again, like, this is a mid, you see? Mid-dull. Mid, long-range knockdown tool to get some Oki or whatever. Crouch guard, we want to do forward 1. So I'm guessing Brian is seen as a slightly larger character, and suddenly the mid hitbox works 70% of the time, but on smaller characters like Law and females, again, this is a mid. So yeah, to say the least, that move was not beloved by the King community. And then we have, you know, his forward neutral 1+2, which is great in Tekken 7. Guarantees 4-2-1 or 1+2-1. This one for wall bounce. But in Tekken 7, it is pretty fucking useless. Just knocks them back, and even on counter hit, it will give you nothing for free. So that was unfortunate. You know, all of these tools are just 5 times better in Tekken 7. And then we have a full crouch mix-up. You do have a while standing 1+2, so you can do the crouch dash mix-up. You know, go for the yada yada chain throws. The chain throws are there. And you can also mix up with a mid, just like you do in Tekken 7 with while standing 1+2. I'm gonna try and do a staple. There we go, 44 damage, which is pretty okay in Tekken 4. You know, juggles were super limited in this game. Some characters only did, you know, a kick after a launcher. And the combos do very little damage. It's a very poke-heavy game. It's basically a grounded game, and some people really loved that, and some people hated it. So again, combos 2, downward went into Ali 2, and if you hit the full crouch big arm sweep, you do this for 46 damage, which again is pretty goddamn good damage in this game. And honestly, this is basically King in Tekken 4. Like, you have a throw game, you have a chain throws, you have basic poking with these tools. Don't really have any good lows. Forward 1 is garbage. You don't have the back 1. You do have forward 4, which is nice, but doesn't knock down. And again, back 2 was pretty useful once in a while. You do have big shoulder 4-2-3, does a massive 40 damage, but too slow in a game where, you know, spacing is very weak, people are in your face poking away. It was hard to set up the throws because you were always facing a Steve or Jin who were spamming in your face, and it was basically impossible to do anything. But I really liked his outfit. I think this is one of the greatest outfits for King ever, and goes, you know, in line with Tekken 4 overall. Huge art design achievement. You know, the costumes introduced in this game are classic. So yes, I think that is King in Tekken 4, mostly played because of stage interaction with his throws. You could do the coolest things, you know, throw people into pillars and shit. But as a character, not very strong, and just massive issues with his hitboxes. I think this arm sweep had a lot of trouble as well in certain angles. But now seems to work. Maybe it's versus certain characters again, like the forward 1. But this sweep could many times just go right through characters. So, well, there were a lot of hitbox issues in this game. But I certainly hope you enjoyed this breakdown and this lovely, lovely view here. And I'm gonna wish you all a great day. Take care, everyone.